culture got anything to do with this? The way we're looking at Africa, especially the sub-Saharan Africa, this nature that they seem to have, that all doing the same thing, all in the range of underdevelopment. Is it a cultural thing?
Yes, you have a culture of corruption.
How do they
Culture,
is that part of
culture,
is it part of African culture? Corruption?
Not necessarily.
So where did it come from? How did it happen?
Not necessarily. You see, culture is the acceptable way of doing things in any society.
Yes.
So it doesn't necessarily mean this is how we started out, but we adopted some bad habits along the way. That's part of the problem. So today,
we did it with such unanimity.
Because it starts gradually. You see, when no one opposes, for example, if I go to a hotel and I see something wrong in the smallest area, I challenge it, because if I allow it, it becomes the culture of the place. Right. See, change begins with us. If we want change, the first thing we're going to do is begin to no longer tolerate substandard living.
So you're speaking to the people right now, not just to leaders. Okay.
That's right.
So people have to challenge things.
You've got to challenge systems.
Okay.
You go to a restaurant and the service is not first class, call the manager and let him know what's right. Because they have to understand customer service. See, those are the things that we ignore in Africa. We say, oh, everybody's doing it, let me just do it too. No, it begins with somebody saying no. That's how change begins. Change does not come by osmosis. It comes by people having a righteous indignation, a holy discontentment, and you said, enough is enough. And then you raise your voice. Most people don't raise your voice. They just die silently and just go with the flow.
Yeah, but this culture thing for Africa, is it from the days of the slave trade and then into colonialism and that is that what it is? Or how did it just happen?
Well, the thing is, we can blame that, or we can look at ourselves and say, we are the problem. Because everybody can blame, but
we blame it, but it happened.
Yes, it happened.
Yeah.
But that does not, you cannot use that as an excuse for what is happening today. For example, in the United States, the African Americans are complaining about slavery. They're not slaves today. They said, well, it passed down through and we didn't have the opportunity. We understand those things. But today, you're given opportunity to go to school. Yeah. Take those opportunities and run with it. We could say the same thing. Rwanda, we could say, well, we had genocide. And they didn't use that as an excuse. Yeah. Failures always make excuses. Successful people take action.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. You cannot make excuses and take action. You can have both. You can either have one or the other. So the problem is we have blamed everything on everything instead of saying, okay, we have a problem.
Maybe that.
See, one of the things I find about Nigeria, we're very proud of our country. Regardless of how terrible things are, we're proud of it. And we're even proud of our craziness. It's true. Yeah. When you tell people this is not right, they say, well, you're not patriotic enough. Don't ever challenge my being patriotic or not, because I challenge something that's wrong.